Well, well, well. Now I'm gonna pour you a cup of tea, honey. But this tea isn't funny. It's just the truth, baby. The facts as they were and as they are today. You see, today is a celebration of Bloody Sunday here in my state of Alabama. The whole weekend has been a celebration of those that walked across that bridge, baby. Yes. You see, on March 7th of 1965, honey, Martin Luther King Jr., along with thousands of others, were on a march, baby, on a protest. You see, they were being denied their right by officials to register to vote. And it just so happens a few days before, a black man was murdered, baby. Yes. Jimmy Lee Johnson, I believe. And you see, he was a minister, but he also was an activist who organized for voting rights, baby. And they decided to march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. But when they reached the Edmund Pettus Bridge, baby, they were met by the police. Even though they were being peaceful and exercising their First Amendment rights. The police gave them 2 minutes to disperse before they violently attacked them. It was very bloody indeed. I believe over 600 were injured. They took out their billy clubs and they beat men, women, and children. Yes, baby. It was a dark day in Alabama that day. A very dark day indeed. Bloody, as they say. I'm going to show you a few pictures after I get done speaking. Today, there were all kinds of individuals down there to celebrate. And over the weekend, all kinds of folks went too. Miss Harris was there. Yes. Today, we had all sorts of folks there. You know who wasn't there and hasn't been there all weekend? Our supposed vice president, J.D. Vance, with his tiny pants. Do you know where he was this weekend? He was using his son as cannon fodder, parading his son around on a supposed walk through an area where people were protesting, in the hopes that the protesters would be loud and violent around his child, so he could turn it into a story, so he could spin it. Yes, yes. And where was Daddy Dumpy Pants? Doing everything but, standing up for voting rights. They seem to want to be passing bills under the guise of immigration in this nation only to restrict you from your voting rights. They preach that they are a party of true voting rights, a party of equal voting rights, a party of protecting your voting rights. But were they down there to celebrate this, to commemorate our heroes of history, our activists of history, our people who were willing to do the things that they had to do, those who took a beating that day, who had tear gas blowed in their face? No, he wasn't down there in that place. Not at all. Today was important. This whole weekend's been important because here we are again with our voting rights coming into question. Officials trying to get in our way every single day. I'm going to leave you a few photos. First, I'm going to start off with the photos of who was there today, because they came in numbers, baby. And who has been there over the weekend, even Miss Harris. And then I'm going to show you photos of that day in 1965. And I picked the least bloody of the photos so I'd be allowed to share them. This is our history, and this is our present. We cannot make this our future. Thank you for having this tea with me. This was over the weekend with Miss Harris. Somebody got a nice shot of her walking across the bridge by herself before the crowd was there. This was Selma, Alabama today, baby. Today. People showed up, honey, because this is a reason to be proud. This is a reason to say that you're an American. This is what we fight for. walking hand in hand. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit choked up, baby. This is another photo from today, baby. And I am so proud to say that I stand with those who stand today and those who stood before. This is an image of that day, March 7th, 1965. Less than 2 minutes, everybody, less than 2 minutes, they violently began to attack women and children with billy clubs and tear gas. Never forget. Never forget.